So you want to be a dungeon master, do you? Well, the first thing you're going to have to do is find players. But where and how? Hey, Luke Hart here. Welcome to the DM Lair. This channel is all about helping DMs run awesome games for their players. Today, we're going to look at 7 different ways to find players for your games. The good news is that there are usually a lot more people who want to play games than there are people who want to run games. And that's good news for DMs. It means you're going to have a lot easier time finding players for your games. Anyway, let's rock and roll. Number 1, ask your friends. Yeah, we can get the obvious out of the way. I think that probably the number 1 way that DMs find players for their groups is simply by asking their friends. And we can probably expand that to asking anybody you know to play the game. And the only reason I am in one of my groups now is that a coworker asked a bunch of us on our team if we wanted to play D&D at work, and he roped me into being the DM. Yeah, I'm looking at you, John. A few years ago, when I was getting back into DMing after having taken a considerable break, I started running a game for my daughter, and that was tons of fun.
But I don't have any friends. Why do you think I always wear this cloak?
Okay, I doubt it's that dire, but if you can't get your friends to play, like maybe their schedules are all wonky, or maybe they're just not interested in Dungeons & Dragons, then there are still other options for you to pursue. Number 2. Game shops. Just find a local game shop and head on in. A lot of them have like boards where players will post that they're looking for games, and for a DM, that's like ripe recruiting grounds right there. And DMs can also put their own posters or flyers up on those boards, and then players will come in and see it, and then you might get contacted by players who want to play. Now, if you're lucky, you might be able to find some players right off the bat, but for me, it took a little bit more work. I created this poster here and hung it up in one of the game shops near me. In fact, it's still there, and every so often I have people emailing me. Just, fill that poster up with any information you think you want to communicate to your players, put your contact information on it, hang that bad boy up, and then just wait for them to come. Down in the description, I'll put a link that'll take you over to the poster I created, just in case you find that helpful. Oh, look at the big baby. He wanted to be in the video with Daddy. I always seem to have a cat wanting to come into the video with me. This is Orange, by the way. Oh, my phone's ringing. Number 3, the LFG subreddit. Now this is hands down the best method I've found so far for finding players. I have 4 groups with 19 players in them, and I think roughly half of them have come from the LFG subreddit. That's pretty dang good. So basically, just go to the LFG subreddit. I'll put a link down in the description for that, and you immediately see a list of people looking for groups or players. Now, you'll notice the use of all these bracketed tags. Those help you and others find things. I definitely recommend reading the sidebar to learn how things work. And then you just make your post. The great thing about the LFG subreddit is that you can find both online games and offline or in-person games. Now there's a lot more online games than offline games, but even so, I've had great success using the LFG subreddit for filling my in-person games. Now, a special word about Reddit. I've been told that Reddit has a sort of reputation. However, I've been hanging out there for a few years now, and everybody so far that I've met in the D&D communities has been, well, with the exception of a Wayne Rod here or there, almost everybody over there is really cool and really helpful. So I have not experienced what other people have claimed about Reddit. Number 4, Adventures League. So Adventures League is Wizards of the Coast organized play structure, and the basic idea is that people can just drop in and play D&D. Many game shops have Adventures League nights. You really just need to check with your local shop and find out when they are. I will put a link down in the description to Adventure League's official website over on Wizards of the Coast's website. I just said website twice. So I don't really have a whole lot of experience with Adventures League, but there are a couple different ways that I would go about finding players for my groups via Adventures League. The first way, and probably the easiest, is to simply start going as a player.
Hey guys, I'm just here to play D&D, that's all.
And then after playing a few times and meeting other players, you start to get a sense of who you might like to invite to your own private game of D&D.
Hey guys, let's get out of here and play D&D at my place.
The next thing you could do is you could also DM for Adventures League, I would just start by talking with the people at the local game shop and ask them what you need to do. The chances are they would love to have you as a dungeon master. And it might just stop there with you being a DM for Adventures League, and you might be perfectly content with that.
Rocks fall, you die.
Of course, while you're DMing for Adventures League, you could also be scoping for potential players to invite to your own games of D&D. Number 5, Roll20. Now, if you're looking for an online game along with a platform to run it on, this is probably a great place to look. Now, I only say probably because I haven't actually used it myself, but I hear good things about it from lots of people who have, and I'm sure it's legit. You can see here that there is a nice list of online games looking for players, so as a DM, you just post your own game. Now, my understanding is that the basic features of Roll20 are free. However, a lot of the things that make it really cool do require a subscription. And that's not a bad thing, by the way. I'm pretty sure that the people who run Roll20 probably have families to feed, just like everybody else. Again, link to Roll20 down in the description. Number 6, Facebook.
Facebook? What's Facebook? It's upside down. Let's try that again.
There are lots of D&D groups on Facebook, so you might try finding players through one of those groups. Chances are, too, that you might find a local D&D Facebook group just like this one. This group is specifically designed for RPG players near where I live. Now, I have never used Facebook to find players for my groups, so you might have mixed results with it, but there are tons of people on Facebook, so it's probably worth trying. Number 7. Other stuff. That seems like a little bit of a cop-out for a number 7, doesn't it? Maybe I should have made this like a 6B. So there are other online sites such as Meetup, and I think I found like an app for my phone called Game4, and you might try using those things as well to find players. I mean, it's possible those things could help you find players, I don't know, it may be worth trying. The thing is that I've had such good luck with game shop posters and the LFG subreddit that I've just never needed to try. If you'd like to help support this channel, check out the D&D 5th edition Adventures that I have published over on DriveThruRPG, link in the description. If you like this video, hit that thumbs up button, share with your friends, and consider subscribing for more videos. And if you think this video sucked, well, hit that thumbs down button. If I didn't mention a way to find players that you've had good success with, then please let me know down in the comments. Let me know. Until next time, let's play D&D.